tell us how it's misleading, because everybody's saying, you know, not a deprived area, the Prime Minister's patch. How did he end up with some money from the Levelling Up Fund?
Well, I think the story which was published in The Guardian is misleading. I mean, it missed out some key information, like, for instance, that the bid was led by a district council that's controlled by Lib Dems and independents. On top of that, you know, Richmond has a reputation for being the Surrey of the North. But whilst I assure people that some parts of Richmond are very wealthy, Catterick is not one of them. It's a garrison town, hence the name Catterick Garrison. And finally, the article describes it, it's been described as a small town, but it's not. It's actually the biggest garrison in Western Europe. It's about to get even bigger. And personally, I think putting 19 million quid's worth of funding into a town that's about to play host to a lot more of our soldiers is actually a really good investment, regardless of who is the MP.
I mean, Tom, are we expected to believe that it's a sheer coincidence that the only successful bid from North Yorkshire and one of only 4 successful bids in the whole of Yorkshire was in the Prime Minister's constituency? I mean, are you really saying that it's just a coincidence that it happens to be in the Prime Minister's constituency?
No, I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's the result of a very, very, very strong bid, actually. And I think, again, if you look at the case that they've made for it, the amount of service personnel in Catterick is about to go up by 50%, and that's not including dependents. So actually, this money is going to be spent on a new town square, which is fantastic because Catterick doesn't have any public realm at all, really. It's about to go on increased play areas, better accessibility to the town centre, better footpaths, better cycleways, a new community and enterprise facility, which Catterick doesn't have. So really, this is about creating a better space ahead of what is about to be a massive population boost for Catterick.
I mean, I'm not being funny, Tom. I mean, I've been to Catterick. I've been to Catterick races on many, many occasions, and a very pleasant place that it is. But
I can concur.
I mean, are you really saying that sort of walking and cycling routes, a new town square, a new community facility in Catterick is a better use of levelling up funds than Bradford, where I am, in gritty West Yorkshire, not posh North Yorkshire, we're in gritty West Yorkshire? Are you really saying that that's a better use of levelling up funds than trying to regenerate sort of much poorer parts of Yorkshire like Bradford? Because I think most people would think that that's a bit of a stretch.
Tom, can I just tell you, this is a bit of a rerun before he has this conversation with Rishi, so you better give us your answers.
I wondered if there was a vested interest.
There's always a vested interest.
Yeah, once again, I think this is a really, really, really fantastic use of money that is about creating a better area for what is about to become one of only 3 divisional headquarters for the British Army in the UK. And obviously there are bids that have been dropped back, but you know, if you look at the amount of funding that's been spread out, I really do think this is fantastic, a fantastic way to spend money. I know Hull lost out; they wanted about 20 million quid to give their town hall a new front, and I think if you look at some of those bids and you look at the strength of this bid, I think this is very, very clearly a fantastic use of public money.